Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the CD guy, Johnny Z here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel, and today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite female-fronted heavy metal bands. Of course, everyone's going to have a different list of their personal favorites here, just 10 of mine, so with that in mind, getting us started here at number 10, I'm going to go with League of Distortion. Very underrated band. I love this band. They've only made one studio album, that being self-titled from 2022, so one of my favorites from that year, so I was a bit hesitant to put them on this list just because they've only made one studio album, at this point, but I did want to include them here in the top 10 because they're one of my personal favorites, so I thought number 10 would be a fine spot to put them in. One of my favorite newer metal bands out there from the last 5 years, fronted by Anna Brunner, most notably of Exit Eden. She's a great vocalist, love her vocals on this record, and the rest of the band are awesome as well, including Jim Mueller of Kiss and Dynamite, and they just released a new single about a month and a half ago or so called My Hate Will Go On, so I'm assuming a second album is coming sooner rather than later, which is pretty exciting. I'm very excited to see how they follow up their debut. Great band, definitely worth checking out, very underrated. I've been singing their praises ever since their debut came out in 2022, so definitely go ahead and check them out. Next at number 9, I'm going to go with Jinjer. Now, I'm not a huge metalcore guy, but Jinjer are definitely one of my favorite female-fronted bands out there, and I especially love some of their more progressive stuff. I think Tatiana Shmelyak's vocals are, super recognizable and really the backbone of that band. Her distinct roars and growls, inspired by the likes of Death, Slayer, Gojira, and many more, really are, a very distinguishable part of the band's sound, and Jinjer have confirmed as well that they are done recording their 5th studio album, so very excited to hear new stuff from them, can't wait to hear it, and just overall a great band, and, when it comes to some of the best metalcore bands out there, again, I'm not a huge metalcore fan, but I do really enjoy their work, and would definitely put them up there as one of my favorite metalcore acts, in the scene today, so wanted to put them on the list here at number 9. Following that up now with my number 8, let's go with Band-Maid, great all-female Japanese rock and metal band formed in 2013, they have a really unique sound and look, definitely one of the standout acts of the J-rock scene, and I really enjoyed their last album, Unseen World, from 2021, probably their heaviest album yet, and so I'm definitely intrigued to see how the band follow that up, and if they take a more heavier experimental direction going forward, so that's definitely something to look forward to on future releases, but they're a band that just keep getting better in my opinion, and, definitely one of the premier acts from the J-rock and, Japanese metal scene as well, so wanted to put them here on the list. Number 8, gonna go with Band-Maid, great band. At number 7, we have L7, great 90s band here that have often been lumped into the grunge scene of the time period for their sound and, their image, the time they came up, but, I've always put them more on the metal side of grunge, just in my opinion. A great all-female metal band here fronted by Susie Gardner, was a great raspy, in-your-face vocal, delivery on those classic L7 records, and there's some great riffs in that catalog as well. They've released 7 albums since their formation, and I really dig their debut, which I think is more punk than anything else, but they'd go on to adopt a heavier, more abrasive sound on great records like Bricks Are Heavy and Hungry for Stink throughout the 90s, so they're a great band that I don't talk about, as much as I should on the channel, but one of my favorite acts of the 90s for sure, and definitely one of my, favorite all-female bands. So when it comes to some of the best female-fronted acts out there, especially of the 90s, L7 are right up at the top of that list, coming in at number 7 here on this list. Number 6, Epica, one of the best symphonic metal bands on the planet today. Formed by Mark Jansen after his departure from After Forever, the band quickly recruited Simone Simons on lead vocals, who, in my opinion, is one of the most consistent voices in all of symphonic metal, with her great use of soprano vocals, which are, crucial to the band's sound, alongside growl vocals as well. And Epica have a wide array of influences and have incorporated a vast range of styles into their music and their sound over the years, including, influences of death metal, thrash, groove metal guitar riffs, and more. And I guess some of their earlier stuff can be characterized as gothic metal as well, but fantastic band, like I said before, one of the best symphonic metal bands on the planet. So coming in at number 6, with Epica, fronted by Simone Simons. Top 5 now, I'm going to go with Arch Enemy. Originally formed in 1995 as a supergroup, the Swedish melodic death metal band have had a lot of band members coming in and out over the years. Of course, Angela Gassau, who joined the band in 2000, fronted the group until she was replaced in 2014 by Alyssa White-Glutz. Both Gassau and Alyssa are fantastic vocalists who, bring something different to the table, so I'm not really sure who I prefer here. I think they're both really unique, but if I had to pick between, the two female front women who have, fronted that band, fronted Arch Enemy over the years, I guess I'd have to go with Angela Gassau just for, the amount of classic albums she's been on, but I really dig both eras of the band with, 2 killer female vocalists, so coming in at number 5 here, getting us started in the top 5, gonna go with Arch Enemy. At number 4, BABYMETAL, another all-female Japanese metal act. BABYMETAL are a band that just seem to get better and better with time. The band are still so young, but Sue Metal and Moa Metal have such great minds for music, and I think their most recent record, The Other One, was their most mature-sounding album to date, at least in my opinion. The band continued to, experiment with, a more vast range of styles here, really thinking outside of the box, and, they have tremendous musicianship as well, and, that ability to create a really cool atmosphere with their music is, something that not every band has, and so they're just one of those bands that get it, in my opinion. Definitely one of the most overhated metal bands in the scene today, and, a lot of people still look at them as more of a gimmick band than anything else, but I think they've proven to be far more than just a gimmick band over the course of their, 4 studio albums, just one great album after another, including the other one, like I said, which I think is their best so far, and again, like I said, just continuing to get better and better, so coming in at number 4, wanted to put them in the top 5, gotta go with BABYMETAL. Top 3 now, Within Temptation. Now, I was not a Within Temptation fan until I saw them live opening for Iron Maiden on the Legacy of the Beast tour, and, Maiden always seemed to have great opening acts, especially more recently. They took Ghost out on the Book of Souls tour in 2017, and then Within Temptation on the final North American leg of Legacy of the Beast. So, when it comes to Within Temptation's studio output, their catalog is really strong, but their stuff definitely stands out more live, in my opinion. The instrumentation is killer, and, they sounded very full live, and Sharon Denadel is a fantastic singer. Great symphonic metal sound, and then their most recent album, Bleed Out, from 2023 was fantastic, but, for me, in order to fully appreciate their sound, I had to hear them live first, and like I said, opening for Iron Maiden, it was definitely a great set, and very hard to, open for Iron Maiden, because Maiden, for me, are my favorite band of all time, so you're not going to be able to top Maiden, in my opinion, but they were still a great opening act, and far better than I expected, and definitely made me a fan. At number 2, let's go with Nightwish, another awesome symphonic metal band here. 2 great front women that really define 2 different eras of Nightwish. You have Tara Turunen, who was in the band, and then Flora Jansen, 2 of the best vocalists in all of symphonic metal, really in all of metal in general. I think they've done great work with Flora more recently, but their best work is probably from the Tarja era, and, I prefer her operatic vocal delivery, which, paired with what I guess you can call symphonic gothic metal, really makes up that classic Nightwish sound, really what put them on the map, but you have incredible instrumentation in this band as well. Their songs are layered in complexity and always well thought out with a dramatic, theatrical vibe as well. They're super unique and, prime example of a band who's, flourished and found success with 2 killer singers, those being, of course, like I said, first Tarja Turunen and then more recently Flora Jansen, but both of them are awesome. Even though I'm more of a fan of the Tarja era, they're both great. And finally, coming in at number 1 here, I'm going to go with Halestorm. Frontwoman Lizzie Hale has, set herself apart as one of the best voices of the modern metal era. Just a real powerhouse of a vocalist, in my opinion. And Halestorm are a great band as well. You also have R.J. Hale, Josh Smith, and Joe Hottinger in the band. And they released their self-titled debut in 2009, and I think have not made a bad record since. They've all been fantastic records here, including their most recent album, Back from the Dead, from 2022, which was another one of my favorite records from that year. Lizzie Hale most recently did some awesome work with Skid Row, filling in on lead vocals here, and probably did those songs, I'd say, the most justice since Sebastian Bach was in the band, but that's just my opinion. I think it's a testament to the range of her vocal abilities. They're a great live band as well. I saw them live on a bill with Alice Cooper and Motionless in White several years ago. They were great. So definitely my favorite female-fronted band in all of metal, and when it comes to Lizzie Hale, one of the best singers, male or female, in the metal scene today. So coming in at number 1, gonna go with Halestorm. So that wraps up this list here, taking a look at my top 10 favorite female-fronted metal bands that you guys can see right over here. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss a new upload, and be sure to let me know down in the comment section below what are your thoughts on my list, and what are some of your favorite female-fronted metal bands out there. I definitely want to hear from you. And until next time, it's the CD guy, Johnny Z, signing off. Take care, everybody.